in that box, Kelsey? I can't find it. Oh, wait, actually. No. I thought.
What are you trying to do yet?
Because I'm sure the office lady would legit let us do it.
What's thinking that's all in his office?
That'd take forever. No one was definitely thinking about it.
Yeah,
No one was thinking that much.
Yeah.
No. She's just being weird and recording this.
I don't want to open my computer because I don't know.
The next step.
Oh my gosh. Should we put that on? This doesn't come off. I guess we're stuck with this on. We should get LEDs. Do we use the white ones or the multi-light What?
But the ring works better?
Yeah, you can fix this one. Ready?
That's
Set.
your desired effect.
Go.
Oh no! Restart.
Restart. Ready? Set. Go. Oh, restart.
Like you're facing the wrong way. Face towards me. Yeah. You're just bad at this. Okay.
All right,
Go on
now
this
it's.
side.
So what are you going to
Go on
have
this
for the
side.
students?
The
Go on
camera
this side.
came back here.
Go on this side. Go on this side. For the ring.
Ready? Set. Go.
Boom!
Is there going to be a goal for them? Like, what if something like that happens? Or they're just going to play around?
We'll just do a restart, but they can just play around for a while. Blake, why is yours so bad? Oh, it's because the button's on the bottom. Duh.
Come out. Did you
So how many are you going to have in at the same time?
Well,
However-
it
however
depends.
many
If we only
students
have
we
one
have.
student in our station, then one.
Okay.
But if we have multiple, then we'll put multiple in. I think this battery's dying.
Are you going to come up with like a game with points?
We'll see.
If they touch it.
It depends if they really like it. Yep.
Doesn't matter. It don't hurt.
All right, well, thank you guys.
Well, it hurts a lot less.
So now you have the wiki stick on there?
Yeah.
Is that
pipe
the
cleaner.
current design?
Yeah, I think so.
Pipe cleaner, not a wiki stick.
I don't know if we're gonna stick with it, but
I'm not going
you
to put
can't
my
really
finger.
feel it. It has to be like right up close.
It blows about.
So
to
think
here.
about how that,
It
if
don't
you
hurt.
want it to fan, how are fan blades designed?
They're kind of like contoured, or I don't know.
Yeah, with a bend in them.
Well, you can kind of see. I don't know.
I saw it there a little
I
bit.
have like a little
So maybe to push the air more,
Another one on there. So I have to
you may want to think about how you could change that if you want the fan.
Yeah. Interesting. The elements for selected basic artifact. Do you want to say like the power source, like what our power source is?
Mm-hmm. Like what your power source is. What else is on your...
The load and conductive path.
Okay, so what is the conductive path?
It's like the wires.
The wires.
And then the load's like whatever takes up the power.
Right, and so what's taking it up on yours again?
The motor.
The motor.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright, thanks.
Chat GPT.
Where's my food? It's good.
Oh my gosh. Just send.
It's sending.
Yeah, that's not the prettiest looking thing, but
Why are they going crazy with the hammer? Could you make the colors every other?
Yeah.
Would this count as basic circuitry,
Yeah.
teacher?
Yes.
Okay.
Again, just remember to read those comics for the content, especially regarding a series circuit, because I do want you to be able to list the components of the circuit and draw a picture, like draw a diagram. Yes. Did you read the Coletta, chapter 20, or skim through it?
Well, I meant like chapter 15 in Coletta, also this, or is it just chapter 20?
I would do both. I would do all, just to. I do like the chapter 15 though. You have some introduction to some basic formulas.
Seppi, Antonio Anastasio Volta.
What page is it in the book?
You say this guy's name?
No, I didn't read his name. Static equilibrium. Which chapter is that right now? 20? Can you think about it? The blue wire goes on the battery, and the red wire. Just add volts. Just read the book.
What does the V equal? What does the V equal?
IR.
Okay, so V stands for
Voltage.
voltage. What's the I?
Current.
Current. And what's the R?
The resistance.
Probably correct. Resistance. but I would like you guys to be able to draw that circuit. Yes, something like that. Bless you, by the way. Based upon your artifact.
Oh boy.
That's gonna be like a force diagram, so,
So in your activity journal, as you pull all of this together, now that is not a diagram that would be needed for the teaching journal, but for your activity journal, I would like you to try to do a circuit diagram based upon what you used.
like this.
Well, actually, like I think the page that you had before. But or the next page, I don't know. I don't know where you were. No. Or Blake, kind of like where you were there.
This stuff.
Yes,
Word
that stuff.
plays.
That stuff. But you only have one thing that you're hooking up.
Just the cell phone vibrating.
The motor. Yep, the little vibrating motor.
George Ohm lived to be 64 or 65 years old.
Put in roll noise.
But still, the average lifespan.
For students, and every other year it has been, my students were on the pretty similar level. This year that is not the case. I have one student, a girl that is in 9th grade, and she is going to need a lot of support, like to the point where if you're taping something, you'll have to put a start and an end, and you'll probably have to measure out the amount of tape for her, okay? I will have a girl that is in 8th grade who can pretty much do that kind of stuff independently, but she is going to need support with reading. So if you have anything like she has to read slides or read directions, you're essentially going to have to tell her so that she fully understands what you want her to do. Okay? Then I have a 7th grader who is going to find out ways to do your project that you didn't even know existed. And he will only do it his way. He's not going to do it your way. So you're going to have to figure out how to work with that. You will get more engagement from him if you pose it to him as a problem. Can you figure this out? And then let him go, but keep an eye on him, offer suggestions. You're not gonna take them, but you can offer them, okay? And then I have another boy, 11th grade, again, he'll be pretty independent. He will need help with reading. So again, if you can discreetly read it for him or offer the direction, other than that, he should be able to do the rest of the project on his own. Okay? Do you guys have questions? Like I said, I know a lot of you know my kids pretty well. I know you guys know what you're getting into, so.
So there are 4 groups. Each group is represented here.
Okay.
We can do the stations. If you don't mind maybe looking at what they have so far.
Absolutely.
And just maybe there's a better matchup.
Okay.
And we could work it that way.
Okay.
And
Well, and the other thing is up to them. If they want to do stations, they can then, and this would be a really good learning experience for you guys, is to take the project and then differentiate it for the different levels of students.
Mhm.
Okay, so you have your project, and then you're gonna have a presentation for student A, a presentation for student B, and then you guys will have to learn the different ways to assist the same project for different levels. So I think that would be
Okay.
the most beneficial for everyone involved, is if everybody got to work with everyone.
I agree. Time-wise, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
And we can
We'll
aim
see
for
what
that, and then,
Yep.
yeah,
Yep, I think that's the best bet.
okay.
Okay. Yep, so I can look at what you have, and if you have any questions, you know.
Yeah, so if you don't have your teaching slides pulled up, or if you want to also grab your artifacts, you can do
Right.
that.
And we'll tie the doc to this.
Yep.
So if you wanted to do that, you could do that. You could grab your artifact.
Cut the cork and
Mhm.
stick on, and then they can put the eyes in,
Mhm.
sticks on, and then we'll bring paper down for them to.
Okay, I've got some paper too, so that's not.
That's pretty much it.
Okay. So again, when you get to the evening, it might be better for you, to give him like a box of supplies and be like, do you think you can get to here?
Okay.
And then be like, okay, well, how will you do it? And then kind of talk with him through it, because if you give him a set of directions, either that, or for his slides, just give him the pictures and take the words out, and then let him match the pictures, so that he has to, the more engaged you can make his brain, the better you're gonna fare, okay?
Okay.
Alright, Owen.
Alright, here you go, look at ours. Pretty much just step by
If you
steps.
need toothbrushes, go down to Massey's and she has a million of them.
Well, we have some
Okay.
now, but Blake's mom works at the dentist.
Okay, well, that works too.
Ours is pretty simple.
Yeah.
At the end, if they will all make them, they can throw them all into like a ring.
That'll be awesome.
Do the last one standing.
That'll be awesome. Okay,
But yeah, it's pretty much step by steps
right.
and pictures and reading. So we
Yeah.
can adjust it for the student if they need to.
Yeah, yeah, like I said, the ones that will need the reading support, just kind of verbally give the instruction.
Yeah.
And you know what to do. You know how to handle the other friend.
Blake's with me. So.
Okay, you're the same.
I don't have much for my
Okay, that's fine.
slides yet, but I have this.
Okay.
They'll be able to like hot glue
Yes,
or okay.
yep.
That's and I guess
The girl that is in 9th grade will probably need some support with that.
okay.
But everybody else has pretty good hand-eye coordination, so
Okay.
that shouldn't be a problem.
Alright.
Okay?
Thank you.
Okay, so this is what we're making.
Oh my gosh, they're gonna freak. Yeah, I love it.
In a good way?
Yeah, yeah. My girls will.
Yeah, well, now that Dylan's back, these are, so our plan was to have some that were already pre-cut out,
Right.
if they wanted to use one of those, or if they wanted to cut one of their own.
That. Yep.
And then we had some of the strips already made, and then
Okay.
other ones that they could also
Perfect.
make if they wanted.
Perfect.
But now that he's back, we might have to come up with like another shape, just so that like there's another option. And then like our slides, we have the steps.
If you could come up with a football,
Yeah, we could probably, yeah,
that would be.
yeah. We have a whole bunch of
Yeah.
different colors too.
Yeah, a football would
And
be
then-
good.
We just have like the steps
Okay.
and then pictures to go along with it to show.
Okay.
And when we connect it, we might have to help them with that because we do have to like hammer them in.
Right.
But other than that, everything else.
Well, and most of them will
Yeah.
be okay with
Yeah.
that. You know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that looks great. again, with your buddy, the more choices
Yeah.
you can give him, the better.
Yeah.
And so, if you take an extra piece of felt or something, he might want to make his own shape.
Yeah.
But then that should be fine. But I would offer him shapes first because
yeah.
otherwise he's going to spend 20 minutes deciding
Yeah.
what shape he wants to make.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right. Looks good.
Anybody else have any questions or comments, concerns?
No.
Their slides are,
Yeah, their slides are great.
okay.
Yep. Like I said, as long as they have their slides more for their information, because the language is a little high for my kids to read, even the ones that can read.
Okay.
So you might want to see if you can adjust that. And quick tip, that is something that AI is really good for. If you copy in your text and say, can you bring this to a second grade reading level, it will spit out something that is more appropriate. Okay? That's what I do.
Okay.
Okay? All right.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
I go to the bathroom.
Sure.
We're only googly eyes.